I know that in preparation for the movie, you met with one of the surviving crew members of the USS Indianapolis.
Yes.
How did that help you in portraying Captain McVeigh?
Well, it's anytime you can get the words from someone who was actually there and they can describe the experience to you, it only helps inform the performance. And sometimes, you know, I let the words sink in and I go to bed at night and I use my imagination. I'll have a dream about what they describe. I mean, one guy, he said that he was, all he had was his faith and a potato that he was holding the whole time. He just wouldn't let go of that potato. And I kept having images of him in the water for 4 days with a potato and how that potato kept him alive. And it was like so abstract, but at the same time it helped, you know, just that kind of detail helps reach authenticity for a performance.
You've recently done two movies, the USS Indianapolis and Snowden, that are based on either real-life characters or real-life events. Does that affect your preparations for the role in any way? Is portraying historical events or real people difficult or different?
I feel it. I mean, I feel the pressure. And there was another one, World Trade Center, that Oliver Stone directed. And he would say, Oliver would say, no, we got a job to do, let's not dwell on that, you know, and just approach it like you would approach anything. But I can't, because for me, it's like I know these are real heroes and people who have made sacrifices, and these are stories that have to be told in an authentic way. So I do feel that pressure, and I do find challenge in that, because you know, especially when they're still alive, like with World Trade Center, the John McLaughlin, the cop that I played, you know, I had to get his body language, his vocal intonations, because you don't want to let them down. And there was another one called The Frozen Ground that I did about the Alaskan serial killer, which I was playing the actual cop in that. But getting back to USS Indianapolis, this is such a widely recognized United States naval disaster as being the worst naval disaster in the history of my country, that I did feel pressure, and I wanted it to be accurate and authentic.
What is the hardest part of your job, other than, you know, people constantly bothering you with questions?
You know, I just always want to stay fresh. I want to stay interested. I want to stay eclectic, and I want to stay excited and passionate, you know. And I've been doing this since I was 15, and I've made, I don't know how many movies I've made. I know I've made more movies than Jerry Lewis. He said he only made 40 only, but I think I've done more than 80 or 90. So, and so that means that I have to keep going and keep finding things that stimulate me and get me excited about working.
If you had to describe Edward Snowden in one word, what word would that be?
Wow, that's a political question.
No, it doesn't have to be. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be, like, it can be, I don't know, funny or crazy.
No, I wouldn't do that. See, my thing is, my thing as a film actor, my job is not to take sides, but to be a mirror and reflect what's happening, and to go at it from neutral. And if I were to give a one-word answer about Ed Snowden, that would tip that into an area that would no longer be neutral.
And would compromise your integrity.
It would compromise. Look, when I make a movie, everyone's invited to the table. I want both parties. I want everyone to sit at the table and discuss. And I don't want anything to alienate one side from another side. Those that think he's this or those that think he's that, let's all go and let's talk.
Fantastic. All right, final question. Do you know any Russian words? And if you do, which ones?
I don't know anything except Das Vidanya. And I did know more when I did the movie Lord of War, but I know my son, if he were to be here, he could speak Russian with all of you. So.
Well, Das Vidanya is appropriate since I'm leaving. I'll teach you another one, Spasiba. That means thank you.
Yeah, that one I do remember. Spasiba, yeah.
Thank you very, very much. It's been a pleasure.
Spasiba to you too.
Thanks.